Hey beer tubers, Ryan here, back with another episode of San Diego Beer Vlog. Thanks for joining me for yet another collaboration beer from Stone. This is the Bottleworks 13th Anniversary Ale. Bottleworks is I believe just a bottle shop up in Seattle. I've heard great things about them, and the two guys that own it, known as the Mats, wanted Stone to brew up their 13th Anniversary Ale. So this beer contains 13 grains, 13 hops. They didn't quite hit 13%, but they got close to 13 by hitting 11%. So let's get this thing open. I believe it is a dark beer, and it's supposed to be pretty hoppy. You know, a bit of a kitchen sink type of beer, but they wanted to do the 13 malts and 13 grains this year before, you know, their anniversary got out of hand as far as the number of ingredients go. So yeah, it pours out. It's pretty dark. It's near pitch black. The head's pretty light brown, pretty dark head on there, about a finger. Yeah, it's hard to see if it's, I don't know if it's bottle conditioned or not. It is, yeah, it says bottle conditioned on there. Age at cellar temp, 55 degrees or 13C or below. So I think this one will age fairly well, but let's get the nose on it. Huh, the nose kind of reminds me of a porter. Or like a hopped up American style porter. I mean, there's just a melange of hop kind of notes in there, nothing really distinct. I mean, you get some fruitiness, some citrus character, some earthiness. Some roasted malt character coming through, like coffee notes. Let's see what else is in there. Definitely see some legs on the side of glass. A little bit of like a caramel note, but not much. You know, not the best smelling beer out there, but let's see how it tastes. Cheers. I don't know, first sip, wow, that's really smooth for 11%. Big finish on it. You know, not overwhelming bitterness, but there certainly is some bitterness up front, some hop character, but big malt character. Malt character definitely kind of falls in the nose and reminding me of like a really big porter. So up front you get some bitterness. Not sure what they're bittering, but there's certainly a piney, resiny, citrusy character in there. But the malt kind of like hits like right after that. It's a big malt character. A lot of complexity in there. Big caramel malts just kind of add, you know, a nice sort of sweetness in there. And then there's plenty of dark roasted notes, so you get that kind of coffee. Not the bitter, so much the bitter espresso. You get more of a chocolate coffee note in there. There's some chocolate malt in there, that kind of works. I'm just kind of looking around at this grain list, which is huge, and I don't know if I would have noticed it right away, but it says they're using some peated malt in here, and yeah, you get, if you really look for it, it's towards the back end. You get that lightly smokiness to it that blends really well with the roasted character, the chocolate character. And what's nice about that sort of graham cracker sweetness that's in it kind of lingers on your palate a little bit, and you get a little bit of that smokiness and a little bit of like a dark chocolate note kind of lingers around on your palate, along with some sort of spicy, earthy hops, maybe a little piney hop character. So there's definitely some complexity in here. I think the hops just get so jumbled up when you use that many that doesn't create a lot of distinctness. It just has this kind of overall sort of bitterness and, you know, not a lot of flavor, but the malt complexity is there initially, and I think kind of takes over. The mouthfeel on this one, it's not as thick as maybe I thought it would be for such a beer. It's a good medium body, but it's really creamy. I mean, they're using wheat, they're using oats, they're using rye in there. Just creates this wonderful, very velvety mouthfeel. It makes it pretty easy to drink. Not really detecting any of that alcohol on the taste. I mean, it's really well hidden. I believe they brewed this back in December, and it came out, you know, towards the end of April, so it's definitely aged a while. Maybe some of that hop character had died down, but it probably mellowed out the beer really nice. So I like where this is drinking right now, fresh. You know, I wish maybe the hop character had a little more distinctness to it, like I mentioned. So I'm gonna go B+ on this one. I'm really enjoying it. It's not quite blowing me away like an A beer, but man, I really think this is gonna age nicely. There's a lot of complexity to the malt character. The hops are gonna fade, but I mean, they should stick around a while. There's probably a good amount of IBUs in this. So that's gonna be a B+ for Bottleworks 13th Anniversary Ale, brewed by Stone Brewing Company. The last beers have been brewed by some awesome breweries as well. The Brewery did one, Russian River did one, Lost Abbey did one, New Belgium did one. Those were all mostly sours, I believe. So I think this is the first non-sour beer they've done in the series, but it's an interesting beer. Definitely pick up a couple bottles, drink one fresh, and you know, have at least 2 to sit around and age for a couple years. So it's gonna wrap it up. Until next time, please comment and subscribe. Cheers.